So
I'm gonna tell you what. If there is such thing as a football god, he shit all over me this past weekend, and obviously I've done something to upset him or her, and it was just not a good weekend for me when it came to the NFL football. It just stunk. It stunk on Saturday night, and it carried right over into those god-awful Chargers winning their playoff game. I couldn't have had a worse weekend.
Well, let's start with the matchup that we're going to see and how that came about, and that's New Orleans is going to be traveling to face the Seahawks in the first divisional playoff game, and obviously New Orleans went in to Philadelphia and did something that it shocked me. I did not think it was going to happen. One, because they had never won on the road, and two, just with the weather conditions and Brees' play. I mean, it's not just that the franchise hadn't won, but that Brees didn't look good on the road. And they go in and beat a hot Philly team, and I think that's when you're like, okay, it's definitely playoff football time, because crazy shit starts to happen.
Yeah, and they showed you how you win with a pressured defense who was in Nick Foles' face all game long and a running game.
Right.
They got an undrafted running back in the 97th round of the D-League pickup series to come in. And look, the Eagles played well above their heads. They got to a place that no one expected after the start of about halfway through the season. They won the division. They made it to the playoffs. They had a home playoff game. Congratulations. Right. They have holes. They have gaps that need to be filled.
Yeah.
And the Saints exploited them. And the Saints looked great. I mean, the whole entire game. And then here's the thing that I got to deal with the next day, and not necessarily deal with, because I've learned a lot of learn to let a lot of this shit go, but to see Dallas Cowboy fans have the audacity to say the Eagles choked is irreprehensible. I don't know where you monkeys live or what planet you live on or how quickly you forget your past of the last 5 or 6 seasons and go all the way back to your Super Bowl wins. But no Dallas Cowboy fan should ever say anything to anybody about a team choking until they get the Tony Romo and the quarterback dick out of their mouth, because they choke on anything when it's on the line. A stiff breeze makes that team choke.
The funny thing, the irony I find in any Cowboy fan attacking Philly fans is, what's funny? When it comes down to it, your defensive coordinator, Cowboy fans, that you got rid of, went to New Orleans and got the job done. And
yes, he did.
He did. He had a good game plan going into Philadelphia, and you know what? You guys got rid of him, because you have, like George just said about holes. The Dallas Cowboys has a lot of holes in the whole fucking organization. You get rid of Ryan, and you know what? He goes and gets it done in New Orleans, and you guys now have the worst defense in the NFL after getting rid of him. So I just think any Dallas Cowboy fan really just has to fucking put it in neutral. I mean, anyway, but let's.
With that said, New Orleans travels to Seattle 4:00 on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
Does New Orleans got a shot?
I think they do have a shot, and I think they have a shot because of two reasons: Brees and Sean Payton. And you can't never.
I was gonna blame it on the Popeyes chicken.
Popeyes chicken.
Yeah, you read that article, right?
No.
The year the Saints go to the Super Bowl and win, I'm pretty sure they were a 6th seed, so every game they had to play was on the road. Before every game, they got Popeyes chicken.
Who did, Brees?
No, the New Orleans Saints. So do you know what the New Orleans Saints had a Twitter picture or an Instagram photo of before the Philadelphia Eagles games?
What?
Popeyes chicken.
Well, maybe they got a formula. Maybe they got a formula. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if the Saints are going to go see Colonel Sanders and try to fucking offset that shit. But obviously, I mean the Seahawks. The Seahawks are the favorite. But you know what, man? I tell you what, they got disrupted the first time they went to Seattle and they got their asses handed to them. I don't think everybody should expect that same type of, outcome. No. I think it'll be a closer game. I would probably think that Seattle will win it, but I'm going to tell you what, don't let the Saints fucking get ahead and start fucking going vertical in your ass, and the Seahawks, the one thing where they have heard, they've got the team, they can run and they can play defense, and that builds championships, and that's how championships, teams win the Super Bowl, but they are not really just built to put a lot of points on the board. I don't think they're a great team for coming.
Seattle wins this game if they win the time of possession.
Yep,
they're going to beat New Orleans if they keep New Orleans off the field. I don't think there's any simpler way to put it than that. I just the longer that defense for New Orleans is out on the field, I think the more chance, the better, the higher probability of the win has to go towards Seattle. And
Right.
Seattle's got the 12th man, which no one can compete with. I mean, those fans are going to be out there in full playoff mode, screaming and yelling from start to finish. And it'll be interesting. I think
Right.
Seattle's the favorite for a reason. And I think, like I said, they win time of possession, they win this game.